Welcome back, YouTubers. This is episode 3 of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time walkthrough. Today we'll be completing the first dungeon, which will be the Dooku Tree, the Great Dooku Tree. If you can notice, the screen layout and some of the textures are a little different. I decided to use the one of the high-res illusion packs today to see how different it was, because I haven't really fully explored it. There aren't game differences, only textures, so you don't have to worry about that. As you see here, we have a new enemy, so we'll get their information real quick. The Deku Baba. Hit it when it lunges at you, and it will stand upright. Cut it quickly to get a Deku stick. Now this is the same enemy as there was in front of the Dooku tree, but these ones will actually attack you, as you just saw. Yeah, it's very difficult to play this with one hand so far. That's why I'm getting beat. There we go. And we receive a Deku Nut. Basically, this item really does nothing more than stun an enemy. It's in my opinion, it's extremely useless until a lot later in the game. So let me walk around, find some hearts here. Now this dungeon is one of the quickest dungeons in my opinion. It won't take you very long to beat it if you know what you're doing. Oh. I can't walk. Okay, now we see here another vine wall, but if you look at it, you'll see these enemies right here. Skull Wall Tula. Skull Wall Tula. Be careful not to touch it. Basically, you climb up the wall, it turns blue, and then chases you. So, don't walk up there. There's absolutely no way to get up there yet. But we can open this chest over here if I quit locking on. There we go. Again, it's shiny, so it's going to be something good. The dungeon map. Now this is very helpful. If I'll turn mine on real quick, it's a lot more helpful with the compass, of course. And here we go, Navi blabbing about how to open a door. Okay, we see that there's bars on both doors. There's nothing else except for this enemy in the middle of the floor. Deku Scrub. It will hide in the grass if you get close to it. Bounce the nuts it spits back at you. So we just pop out our shield, then chase her down. Usually when there's bars on both doors, you usually either have to kill all the enemies or light torches or find a switch somewhere. That's usually how you get out of the rooms. Yet another shiny chest, so we definitely know this will be a good item. and it is the fairy slingshot. This thing is serious business because it is the very first ranged weapon that you get. You do get one other ranged weapon as a child, but it's the one that actually shoots something. It's the better one. But as you progress, it does not work as well. And what I mean by that is it doesn't really affect most of the enemies. So now we see that we can't hop up there. It's way too far. So we'll equip some of our items here. Got the Deku stick, the Deku nut, and the fairy slingshot. And I'll tell you, these high resolution textures are looking a lot better than the original textures. And we see up here, just shoot this ladder and bam, you're through. If you haven't noticed yet, most of the Kakairai village and the Deku Tree dungeon is mostly a tutorial. So, as I've said in the other videos, if you have never played before, they'll take care of you for sure. You'll be a master before you even enter the first dungeon. So now we just take our fairy slingshot, kill these enemies. Now you might think that you can lock onto this enemy up here, but if you do, you're just going to shoot the wall. So simply line it up on the band, the rubber band. I usually do that, and bam, you got him. Then we climb up here. Trust me, guys, this dungeon map is going to be a lot more helpful when you get a compass. Because honestly, I think the compass works a lot better. So now, I passed one already, but we see a new enemy. Big Skulltula. Its soft belly is its weak point. Now when I fight these enemies, I'm always thinking, well, they must think they're just so awesome. And then they're like, well, you know, since I'm so good, I think that I'm just going to show you my weakness, and hopefully you don't get me. Which I think is pretty ridiculous. I mean, if he just stood there, he would be perfectly fine, and you couldn't kill him. It's almost, unless you stunned him, which, what do you know? A useful way to use your Deku nuts. So now let's see if we can stay up here this time. And go in this door. More bars. So, okay. Now here I'm going to teach you about the Deku stick. Now, the Deku stick, basically you can light the tip on fire, run over here and light that. You can save them though. I will show you one time. Here, if you grab this, catch it on fire, run around for a while. Oh, look, I got a flaming Deku stick. Woohoo. Run around. Stand there for a while. You sit too long, your Deku stick burns away. Wasting a Deku stick. There's a way to solve that. We run over here, catch it on fire, light the torch, and immediately swing your sword. Notice we still have 5 Deku sticks. You just saved a Deku stick. Congratulations, Penny Pincher. Well, Basically, every time you hear that clock, that means that you have a timer, and this will be very exciting to try to do with one hand. But you have to run through that and jump across the pillars in under the time, which it doesn't really show you time. Oh. I'm not going to sit in this room for 15 minutes doing this. Hold on a second. Finally. And another shiny. Getting a lot of shiny treasure chest here. And yes, my favorite dungeon item, the compass. Reason being is because it'll tell you where you've come in. So if you go into a room that looks really symmetrical and everything's the same, then you just go back in here and you can easily tell what door you've been in and what door you need to go in. So now we kill this guy again. Oh, also guys, another helpful hint for you. If you use your Deku stick as a sword, it does double the damage, or a jump attack with your Kokairai sword does double the damage of a normal slash. The Deku stick swing does double the damage of a normal slash, and a jump with a Deku stick does quadruple the damage of a normal slash, which is very helpful in the future. Those are all the gold scatulas, which I will come back and get later. Just because they're not really needed to beat the game. Some people might say, there's a few things that you can get with them that are necessary to buy certain things, but if you know how to do it right, you won't have to buy those things. Actually, by the way I play this game, I don't buy anything, actually. I'm pretty sure I don't buy anything or spend any of my rubies, except for things I have to spend it on. And I'm pretty sure this Deku Scrub is going to give us some very helpful information. Two, 3, 1. Remember that. 2, 3, 1. And that's where we're going to have to cut it today. We will finish the dungeon later. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you.